Okay, so it sounds like the only thing we have to do is the secret room in the final dungeon. So let's get it. Can I do it on this file, on the star file? I'd have to imagine I can, right? I hope so, because I need these buffs. So I don't die halfway down the dungeon. Ooh. So the Iron Giant is as close to a super boss as you can get, but not really a super boss. Is it harder than the final boss? Or is it just kind of the hardest random battle of the game? Back to Encounter Hell, yay! Yeah, let me see. I'm curious. Also, pretty cool that it's the first Iron Giant, because that's a reoccurring character, right? So that's pretty neat. Incredibly hard to find, but drops some of the best items in the game. I don't see its actual chances of spawning. I don't know if anyone actually knows. One in 64. That's not that terrible. I mean, what was Warmech? Wasn't Warmech worse than that? No, wait. I think Warmech was better. Wasn't Warmech like 8% or something? No, I don't think it was that high. Well, okay, listen. It's a 1.6% chance, but I get into a fight every 3 seconds. So when you put it that way, it's like, oh, well, we'll probably get one in like 5 minutes at the most. Like, listen, when you go to the circus, or you go to the fair, and they have one of those things where you gotta throw the darts and pop the balloons, like, yeah, it can be pretty hard, but if you throw like 97 darts, you'll probably hit one. Three and 64. So what would the difference be? That would be like, that'd be like 5%, right? Because it's 1.6% times 3. Yeah, so we're looking at about 1/3 the chance that Warmech was, and Warmech took us a couple minutes to find. No, I mean, 1.6% is a pretty low chance. I'm just saying, like, if we sit here and try to find him, it shouldn't take that long. Like, Warmech was a 5% chance, and we found him pretty fast because you just fight, leave, fight, leave, fight, leave. You'll find it, you know, fairly soon. And a lot of people ran into Warmech during their casual playthroughs at 5%, so that's not awful. I mean, compare that to stuff like shiny Pokemon, crap like that. It's really not that bad. Now, whether or not we'll get him quick enough before the end of the stream, that might be a yikes. But, we'll do our best. Normally, I wouldn't care too much about something like this, but since this is the only thing that's post-game in this game, I definitely want to do it. I definitely want to show it off. This is the post-game of the game, so I think it's cool to show. Quote-unquote post-game, because it's not really technically, but it's something we can do. Wrong door. That's true. It took me several minutes to get the Menderbug to pop. And that was like pretty quick. You just jump down, jump right back up. That doesn't make it... That makes it sound a lot worse. A 50-50 shot within 44 fights. That makes it sound worse. How long... Does anyone remember how long it took us to find Warmech? I want to say it was like somewhere between 10 and 20 minutes. I don't think it was 5 minutes. I think it was a little longer than that. I want to say it was between 10 and 20 minutes. So, best case scenario, if it was 10 minutes, it should take 3 times as long. So it should take us half an hour to find him. But those fights were also a lot faster. These fights take a while. We got Ultima 10. I should re-equip my boys with items because they all gone now. Hold that thought. I want to do Iron Giant first. Then I'll open up chat to every spoiler. We'll have a good old time memeing, and then that'll be the end of the run. Oh my god. Oh my god! That animation is wild. Still sucks. But we got a cool new animation. I want to see the hit everything animation. The timer is my sanity, and it ran out a long time ago. God, it's gonna take us so long to get up there. I may or may not have forgotten that this dungeon is 19 hours long. I don't know if I can flee from the battles after this. Like, if there's a giant, I don't think I can flee. And if there's a Death Knight, I don't think I can flee either. Or a Death Rider. Yeah, Cure can level up out of combat, I believe. Yeah, because it actually leveled up as I was curing that one time, remember? And the sound changed. Let's see if I can run away from this guy. Okay, we got away from that guy. Okay, so you said the secret room is on floor 8? Is that what we said? Oh, 4 or 5. Which one? Or both. What? How does this work? Okay, so can I run from... Okay, so this fight I can't run from. It's this one in particular that I cannot run from. And it's also the worst one. Ow. Please don't kill me. Like, please. I just want to do the Iron Giant thing. Stop being so blast. Ow. Just don't kill Gus. That's all I ask. Cure 14, okay. Still sucks when it hits everyone, though. No! Normal mode doesn't boost the enemies at all. These are still the normal enemies. This is what they did to me in my first playthrough, too. No, stop it! Lord. Now they're all gonna attack Maria. Dang it, dude. This fight is harder than the final boss. Like, way harder than the final boss. It's insane. Craig's Revenge. Like, seriously, Craig's Revenge. That's a perfect analogy. It's like the fights at the beginning of the game that are way above your level. That's what that fight feels like. It's so much harder than anything else, and you can't run. Turn tech speed to... Oh, it's already at fast. That doesn't help. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know why the fight is trouble, but even if I know, it doesn't help. It seems like the Death Riders hit you based on your spirit, not on your defense, which is why Maria takes, like, little damage from them and Gus takes all the damage. But you can't fix that. There's no, like, equipment to increase your intelligence. You could use that item once. But, yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. Gus is always going to get smashed by him. Can't run away from dragons either. Still. As far as I understand, all the barriers are complete garbage unless you level them up, which is a giant task. But I've yet to see any of the barriers do anything. Because they're low level, and you'd have to spam them like 50 times to get them to level 2, and that just doesn't feel worth it. Kinda stinks that we might not make it in time, because I can't... Oops. I can't go extra today. I'm gonna leave right at 5, so... might be out of luck. I guess we could always do it really fast next Friday before starting 3. But I'd rather not do that. It's funny how these series always come down to the final minute. Like, no matter what. I spend like 9 hours playing the game and it always comes down to the last minute. Almost every Let's Play always has. Where like, we want to finish it before next week, and there's like one more thing we want to do. Just too many encounters, dude. It's just insane. I can't run from this. At least we can see Ultima hitting everything. That's pretty neat. Oh wait, is it still 9? I think it's still 9. Gus is just such a tank. Yeah, it's still 9. We gotta use it a few times. Alright, yeah, so since we're running out of time, and the Iron Giant seems to be pretty simple. Let's go ahead and open up the chat and talk about spoilers. So, now's your chance. Spoilers are free. The reason you had so much trouble with the Death Riders is that they drain 1/16 of the target's max HP and absorb it for each hit up to a max of 8 hits, and it goes through defense. Ah, and Gus doesn't have much evasion, so they always hit enough times to kill him. Oops. That's pretty wild. And yeah, evasion is like impossible to level up yourself, and there's no equipment for evasion. At least in the original Japanese version, many bosses, including the final boss, are not immune to instant death spells. So you could just level up instant death spells to like level 20 and then just one-shot everything. That's pretty hilarious. Ultima is as strong as your magic, meaning the more high-level magic other than Ultima the character has, the stronger the Ultima spell will be. But then what does leveling up Ultima do? Does that not count as one of them? Shields level up your evasion? That's true. I think I knew that. Leveling up Ultima factors in. Well, then there's no reason to level up anything else, because everything levels up at the same rate, doesn't it? So, like, it would be better just to level up Ultima anyways. Although I guess you could level up some of the stuff that's easier to level up, like Shield, because it doesn't kill things. Low-level spells do level up faster, okay. But, like, would it do a lot of damage if I leveled up all my level 1s to level 2? Or do I need, like, a bunch of level 10s? Because that would take forever and not be worth it. At that point, I have to imagine leveling up, like, Flare would be better. Right, I feel like it'd be diminishing returns. I feel like you might as well just level up Flare to 20. Call it a day. Because Flare was only barely weaker than Ultima when I first got it. Yeah, that's pretty lame. So pretty much Ultima just blows. I was right about Ultima blowing, just not in the way that it blew. Like, it is strong, but it's not worth it at all. Yeah, but you have any idea how long that would take? I've been using Ultima every fight multiple times since we got it halfway through the game, and it's only level 10. You know how long it would take to get Fire, Bolt, Ice, Shield, Cure, everything to level 10? Without using the cheat, obviously. Can I run from this? God. Boy. Even using the cheat would take a while. Like, I'd use the cheat right now just for fun, but it does take a while. You have to sit here and X circle, X circle, X circle, X circle on every spell. I got all my skill levels up to at least 8, and now it does 1400 damage. That's still not even good. Gus does 3k. I mean, granted, maybe against the final boss, who had a bunch of armor, it would be good, but... Actually, final boss, Gus did 2k, so... No, it's not fixed in this version, because we tested it at the very start. It does work in this version. It doesn't work in the Game Boy Advance version, I think, and the PSP version. But this version, it does work. I don't remember if this works or not. I think you have to actually select it. Actually, let's do a level 1. Kablam! Believe in Black Mage. See you later, man. Have a good weekend. Yeah, that's an interesting... I want to try that. Unequipping her armor, because she never gets hit anyways because she's back row. So, like, I don't think her armor really is super useful anyways. Looks like shield didn't go up. Might not have used it enough. Yeah, it almost went up a level, though. So yeah, I'd have to do that for like every spell for a while. And then I can make Ultima be good. I can't run away from a single queen? Yeah, like I said, like even if you're cheating, not cheating, but even if you're taking advantage of the bug, doing that on every spell so that Ultima does 1500 damage cannot be worth it. It would be much better to just do that on Flare twice and get it to level like 20. And sure, if you got every single spell to level 20, then Ultima could do 7,000 damage in a game where the final boss has 10k. Like, what are you gonna do with that? You gonna call your mom? Tell her about how you did 7,000 damage in Final Fantasy 2? She'll give you a treat. I don't want to do that now. Look at this! Oh my God! No damage. Did that lag the game? No, it lagged the universe. Every time someone uses Ultima in this game, it lags every other game that's currently running. Let's try this equipment thing, because it sounds funny. So I just literally remove everything. Wait, do I have enough room for this? How did I have room for all that? Huh. Ribbon doesn't count? That's alright. I'm over it. Alright, here comes the big boy Ultima. I'm ready. Let's go! Yeah! She did do more. Not much more, but she did more. See you, Junior. Yeah, so it doesn't look like we're gonna get Iron Giant, but that's fine. Iron Giant seems pretty lame. What I read about Iron Giant is... oh, it plays the boss theme instead of the battle theme. That's neat. He has 3,500 HP. Oh wait, PlayStation. 3,500 HP, 180 attack, 180 defense, super magic defense, I guess. It's weak against ice and lightning. He frequently flees after a little while. That's dumb. He doesn't seem that crazy. He has a really cool sprite, though. Gotta show off this sprite. It is cool that they have another, like, rare enemy, though. There he is. Oh my god, there he is! Find him! Oh, we got him. Pretty cool looking sprite, though. Okay. We can do this secret room before the end of the stream, though. That we can definitely do, I think. If we stop getting annoying fights. So, it sounds like we didn't really miss much at all. We did a good job, you know? We got a lot of the chests and a lot of the areas. The only secretive thing we missed was this secret room. Secretive thing that matters, that is. While we're walking toward... Well, I kind of already did give my final thoughts on the game. But I guess to wrap things up, I did enjoy this game a lot. I think that more than anything, this game suffers from balance. Like, I think that a lot of the ideas in this game would have worked if the balance was better. 'Cause, like, I don't hate the leveling up system, and I don't hate the magic system, and I like most of the ideas. But because it's so unbalanced, they don't work out as well as they could have. It reminds me a lot of Final Fantasy VIII, actually, where like the ideas were cool, but the balance not so much. Which makes me curious as to how good the Game Boy Advance version is. A lot of people are saying that they like the Game Boy Advance version. I would like to try that someday, because I feel like if the balance was better, and I've heard that leveling up magic is faster in the Game Boy Advance version as well, which is one of the biggest issues. So I think that We should try the Game Boy Advance version someday, because if it solved my issues with the balance, I feel that it could be a much, much better game. Other than, like, the balance issue, the only other real issue I had with the game was the pacing near the end. It was way too drawn out near the end. We had to do the Emperor spiel like 9 different times, and the dungeons were not different enough to make me feel like it was worth doing that many times. Why? You know, like, if all the dungeons at the end were all different and unique and had different gimmicks and had bosses at the end, then maybe it would have been fine, but the whole end of the game was just like, do this really obnoxious dungeon, and then the princess is like, oh my god, you're not gonna believe, the Emperor is back. So, just wasn't, it was, you could tell it was padding. I mean, even this castle was another castle that just, like, dropped into the planet, and then this one appeared right where the other one was. You know? So it felt really padded near the end. Now, having said all that, I loved how different this game was. I loved how unique it is with, like, its art style and the way its level up mechanics work. I give them big props for, like, doing something really different. And it's not like there was a bunch of other games that were out, a lot of other Final Fantasy games that were out, and this was the one that they decided to be different. This was only the second one, and they were already branching out and doing really cool stuff, really different things. I absolutely love the soundtrack, especially the Chocobo theme. Oh yeah, best 5 seconds of my life. I love the sprite work in this game, but that's mostly the PlayStation remaster that's giving us the really good sprites. But I have to imagine that the original sprites were at least fairly decent. I liked... The story was okay. I'm not a big fan of, like, the Empire is taken over and we gotta stop the Empire. Like, I don't know. It's a little been done, but the characters were at least interesting enough, and the side characters were more interesting than the main characters, which is a good and bad thing, I guess. Like, good that the side characters were interesting, but bad that the normal characters were kind of just like here the whole time. So yeah, go ahead, Patience. Yeah, I guess I wish the main characters were a bit more fleshed out. The main characters were basically like good guys, and then Leon was evil, and that was the whole mechanic with them. But having said that, I did really like the ending. And overall it was good. I think. It was a fun game. Use fire? I wish Ultima was fire because it looks like fire, but it's not. How's it going, Wig? We're going to the secret room as a finale. If I can get there alive. The jury's still out as to whether or not I get there alive. I probably should have revived Gus. I wonder if I could run from this now that the knights are gone. The riders are gone. I keep calling them knights. The riders are gone. See you, Retro. Merry weekend. Catch you next week. We got Super Mario World Doom next week, and we got Final Fantasy 3 next week. It's gonna be hype. Another ribbon. I have a collection of ribbons. It feels so bad when you go the wrong way in this game because you know you're going to get into an extra fight just because you went the wrong way once. Oh, Maria's front row. That's not good. She has no armor. Nah, we're not going to do the Iron Giant. I wish we could, but I have to leave right at 5. And I don't think it's worth it to boot up the game again next week just to do him. Maybe we'll do it as a little bonus sometime, but not as the Let's Play, because then we'd have to push Final Fantasy III back again. I don't want to do that, so. Maybe if we get some extra time on a stream, I'll try to do it, and then I can, like, highlight it. But okay, look, we did it. Yeah, I was saying, you know, I would like to try the Game Boy game at some point, because I think it'll fix a lot of the issues that I specifically have. And I enjoyed this game a lot, so with the issues fixed, it could be one of my favorites, for sure. Because I did have a lot of fun with it. Yo, J. Alex! So glad you can make it. Now, I guess the final question we should ask, was this the worst Final Fantasy game? Because a lot of people said it was the worst, and they were curious as to whether or not I thought it was the worst after beating it. I think, so far, it is. I think, although it was really innovative, that's the other thing I wanted to say about the stuff that I liked about the game. I love how innovative it is. A lot of the staples in this series started in this game, so you gotta give it credit for that. Okay, I'm on floor 4. Where is it at? Where is secret room? Wow, this does not help at all. This doesn't have a map. It's just like, this is the room. From the floor 4, entering through the first door from left to right. Okay, first door. Lower right of the most northeast part. So we want to go northeast and then bottom right. I got it. See you, Patches. Have a good weekend. But yeah, I think this is the worst Final Fantasy so far. Completely unbiasedly, like just you know, off the top. If someone talked to me and said, I've never played a Final Fantasy game in my life, which one should I start with? This might be the last one I'd pick. It's just the least easy to get into, I guess. I don't know how to put it, but like, as a video game, it's the worst of the series, I think. There's a lot to enjoy about it. There's a lot that's awesome. Final Fantasy fans should play this one, I think. I think it's worthy of a play. But I think as a video game, if I were IGN and I was giving it a 7 out of 10, not enough water, I think this one would get the worst rating of all of them. And yeah, I would agree with Toaster. It does not suck, but it's the worst. I think that's where I'm at. And it might not stay that way. We still got plenty more to play, but I do think I'm kind of there right now. at least coming off of it right now. Maybe I'll feel better about it as it fades into my memory, but right now I feel kind of exhausted with this game. It's like after this final dungeon and all the dungeons before it and all these random battles every 2 seconds, like... Alright, fire. My fire is not super leveled up, but at least it's level 4. Let's see if it does more damage than Ultima. Come on. Okay, it does just barely more damage than Ultima. But Ultima's level 10 and fire's only level 4. So that's pretty good. And yeah, I think... like, the story in this game was good, but I do also think it was probably the weakest story of the whole bunch. Final Fantasy 1 story was very weak, but it felt more like an adventure to me. You know? I really enjoyed a lot about Final Fantasy 1's adventure. I love that you started on the middle continent and then, like, worked your way around. And the way that it did the exploration, and it had, like, the optional... Bahamut quest. This game kind of had nothing in terms of optional quests, at least not that I've heard of yet. There's no, like... I mean, think about it. Final Fantasy 1 had a whole side quest where you upgraded your character's roles. There's nothing like that in this game. Nothing at all. There's really not much side questy goodness in this game, period. Just the blood sword, which I've heard you guys talk about a couple times. So that's a really big negative with the game too. I feel like 1 was more of an adventure. This game didn't feel like an adventure. It felt like I was being led on a path. A path to realize that our best friend is a jerk. That's the whole game. Learning that our best friend is a jerk. The game. Okay, top left. Over there? How... I'm confused. Top right. Oh, top right. Yeah, okay. Wait, no. I thought he said bottom right. Did he not say bottom right? The secret passage is on the lower right of the most northeast part. Northeast. I'm an idiot. Don't worry, boys. I figured it out. I talked to the voices inside my head and we came to a conclusion. I thought you said Weast. I crunched the numbers in my head. Came up with, you're an idiot. Oh man, I made it to this room too, and I was like, wow, there's nothing up here. But there was! Right here. Of course. Whoa, these are different. Special enemies for a special room. What if they one-shot me and then I never get to see what's in this? Never mind, Gus is freaking huge. Oh, it's one of those rooms where every tile is a battle. It's a trap room, but it has a chest. Of course, the biggest secret in the game would be a trap room. Doesn't that just fit? Doesn't that just fit beautifully? The Mazamoon! Not even trapped. Not even a trapped chest. Dude, I've been using the Defender since, like, the beginning of the game. Not really. I've been using the Defender since, like, the dungeon with the egg, I think. This thing is, like, twice as strong. Holy Christmas. We gotta fight something with this. That's another thing that I didn't talk about when I talked about the things I didn't like about the game. The freaking trap rooms. Like, in general, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But man, they just really... Oh my god. They really overused the trap rooms in this game. Like, just insane. I don't understand why there's so many and they're so annoying and awful. And they never really used them in a cool way. Like, it was almost always the final door was the not trap room door. You know what I mean? Like, the level design is so whack in this game. There'd be rooms where there's like 9 trapdoors and the final door is the right one every time. It's just, I don't know. The level design in this game is really out there. Yeah, so, good lord, this thing is insane. Furion is my weakest character, pretty much. And he just did more damage than I've ever seen anyone do. That's pretty gnarly. What if I give... I mean, it shouldn't work because he has no sword... he has no sword experience, but I want to give it to Gus to see what happens. Maybe he trips and falls and stabs himself. He missed. Oh. Yes. Perfect. Nope. I don't think he's ever going to hit with this thing. I don't think it's going to happen. He needs more sword experience. Come on, Gus, one time. Oh. Still, though, I do give them credit. There's an ultimate weapon in this game that actually feels like an ultimate weapon. Because the ultimate weapon in Final Fantasy 1 was like, pretty good. This is insanely strong. Gus has been doing twice as much damage as Furion the entire game. And I gave Furion this sword and he does more damage than Gus now. So, that's pretty crazy. Alright. I think that's going to wrap it up, boys. I think that's going to be it for our Final Fantasy II playthrough. It was a journey. And we made it. The finale was real. Just barely. Like I said, overall, I did very much enjoy my experience with Final Fantasy II, but there's just a little bit too much missing. No post-game, really. Bad level design. Bad balance. And not really a super gripping story. All kind of gives me the feeling that this was the worst Final Fantasy for me so far. But we still have more Final Fantasies to play. Maybe it'll feel better to me over time. I don't know. It's still not my least favorite, because I had a lot of fun with it. Just, you know, objectively, I think it's the worst so far. But it's still a good game. I think there's a lot here for a lot of people. I think if you're a Final Fantasy fan, I'd give it a try. I would play the Game Boy Advance version, because apparently that one's much, much better. Yeah, I'd give it a try. It was fun. And next up, is, you know it, Final Fantasy 3, which is going to be an interesting change of pace. Is my webcam, like, slow motion? Oh, there it goes. That was weird. It was, like, lagging for a second. Next is Final Fantasy 3, which is going to be really, really weird. It's going to be another strange one because we're going forward in time to 2006. This is the last time we're going forward in time. Then we get to go back in time and play some actual originals. My webcam does seem laggy. What's going on here? Come on, webcam. Work. Does that look better? I don't know. I give up. Anyways. Final Fantasy 3. It's going to be a blast. And I'm excited to play. It's going to be weird playing on DS. It's going to be very strange. It's going to be a new experience. And I hope you'll join us for it. But thank you all for watching Final Fantathon. Thanks for watching the Final Fantasy 2 Let's Play. We're going to say goodbye to YouTube now so I can turn off my unregistered Hypercam 2. That's a good meme. Alright, YouTube. Thank you so much for watching the entirety of the Let's Play Final Fantasy 2. We'll see you in Final Fantasy 3. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you there. Peace out.